Many women have fond memories of playing with paper dolls when they were a girl. In today's age of cheap toys and computer games, they've mostly disappeared, but they're having a resurgence of sorts, thanks to a little-known Tasmanian artist of the 1930s and 40s. As Lucy Shannon reports, after Joan Pittman's death, her family donated her meticulously drawn paper dolls to Tasmania's Museum and Art Gallery.
Growing up in 1930s Hobart was an innocent and introspective experience for Joan Pittman. A talented artist from a young age, she lost herself in the glamorous world of Hollywood stars, thousands of miles away from sleepy Tasmania. The teenager recreated her idols in watercolour paper dolls, and now, more than 70 years later, they're being celebrated as works of art.
She was very young. We think between the ages of 14 and 16, but she was a very talented young woman and won numerous art competitions when she was a child. So she was very good at drawing, and that comes through in the figures.
The artist's daughter, Prue Cotton, cherishes her mother's scrapbooks and journals. The books are filled with her winning entries in art competitions, as well as the obvious inspiration for her paper dolls.
She had a wonderful, I call it a rich inner life, and I think she maintained that till the day she died.
Her youthful flair for design led to a successful career. She designed theatre sets and costumes and was one of the first women to work for Hobart's top graphic design agencies.
Mr. Cox used to pinch her bottom. So sexual harassment was alive and well then too. But it never offended her. She used to laugh and get on with it. But I think it amused her later on.
True to the times, her career ended in her late 20s, as soon as she married a farmer and joined him on the family's Kelvedon property near Swansea on Tasmania's east coast. By her own accounts, Joan Pittman was a sophisticated city girl who couldn't boil an egg.
And there are always faces in the potato, and when the Burberrys used to come up and stay, it was the Dame Edna platters, but they made a lot of fun out of them, you know, beautifully decorated. I mean, she wasn't terribly good with food, but she could put it together beautifully. And she used to have to cut up the chops, and of course we had to pick out the bones because she was a rotten shot cutting chops up and things, you know. But she made life fun. My childhood was great fun.
Over the years, as Joan Pittman devoted herself to raising 3 children, art and design were left behind. When she died, some family members had never seen or even heard of the now celebrated paper dolls.
She hadn't really exposed them to the family. Not everybody knew much about them. They were in a beautiful lingerie box that she must have kept them in since she was 13 or 14, and just wrapped up in tissue paper. So they were kind of very private, which is sort of like the essence of mum, really.
The Museum and Art Gallery was thrilled when the box filled with dolls and costumes was donated. Staff have spent hours meticulously matching clothing with the appropriate model. They're still identifying some of the 40 Hollywood screen stars. Because the dolls give a snapshot of culture and fashion in the 1930s, the precise attention to detail given to the clothes is now being studied by fashion students. Interest has been so strong that the institution has reproduced 4 of Joan Pittman's original dolls. They're selling well.
It is a lovely thing that we can do, because as soon as we saw them, I think a lot of us become nostalgic about our own childhood.
Prue Cotton believes her mother would be humbled with all the attention.
But I think the thing that would have tickled her more than anything was, I believe, that they're going to David Jones's, and that was her favourite shop in the world. So I think she would absolutely love that and get a gentle smile about that.